Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Let's Get Real with Real Estate. So now I have two homes for you. Both are in Rochester, New York. They are both 94.9. This one just had a price cut for $5,000 on July 15th. Now it is 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It says 916 square feet, but my goodness, that looks like a larger house. 48 Judson Street, Rochester, New York, built in 1920. New tear-off roof in 2026 and updated kitchen. This 916 square foot colonial built in 1920 has 3 bedrooms, 1 full bath, a front porch. Backyard is fully fenced in. LVP flooring in 2026. Updated kitchen. Recessed lighting, gas stove, and refrigerator, while the dining room features a new window. The full bath includes a tile shower tub and new LVP flooring. It includes glass block windows in the basement, a furnace, cleaned and inspected. Does not say new or replaced, it says clean and inspected. Great opportunity to start renting and start buying equity. Okay, so it's listed by Keller Williams Realty, Greater Rochester. Dawn Nowak. And there's the phone number and the MLS listing you can see there. Okay, so let's look at our photographs. It's a cute house, isn't it? I love the rounded architecture, the rounded corners there. That's nice. This I'm not clear on this. I know what it's doing, but I don't really like it. It kind of looks like it's pushing everything in. I would want to take this out. But it looks like it's in pretty decent shape on the outside. The eaves of the roof look good. The fascia. The windows look nice. You're awful close to the other houses now. If that's something that bothers you, you're going to be right on top of someone. Okay, so this is a lovely kitchen, a brand new updated kitchen. That's really pretty. I'm not seeing a dishwasher. Big mistake, I think. People like a dishwasher. Whether they use it or not, they still like it. Here's some more new flooring. I guess that's the LVP flooring. Hopefully you'd like that color. If not, you'd have to redo it. Looks like it's had a really nice paint job. Okay, we've got a front porch here. A nice new door, it looks like. Front porch looks like it's in really good shape. We have a night light out there. We have a window. Now, see, I don't mind this being closed in, but I just think it looks odd the way it's done on the outside. I don't know. I'd like to try something different there. This looks a little concerning here. Maybe it's just a gap that you can't really see what it is. And it's probably fine. It's just the angle of the photograph. So the porch looks good. You need to paint the ceiling Hank blue. Okay, now here's the top of the house, the one in the middle of this photograph. You can see how close together your houses are. Now you do have a backyard, but not a whole lot of a backyard. So there is that. And here's inside. I guess this is the living room, dining room. That's probably the kitchen back there. That might go to the kitchen as well. I'm not sure if the bathroom is probably upstairs if there's only one. There's your front door. You have a nice little coat area. That's a little strange looking right there. That door. I forgot what they're called, but you know what it is. That goes across there. That looks a little weird to me. Stairs look good. Nice little window there. Everything looks clean. Now this is probably AI staged. Here's that room AI staged. You know, yeah, it's cute and everything. I think people can envision their furniture in there if they really want to buy a house. I don't know how I feel about these AI photographs because some people might think they're real, but this is not a real photograph. This is just popped in there so you could see what it looks like. The actual room looks like this. envision your own furniture in there. Okay, now we seem to have some rolling or buckling or something here on the floor. And if that's really LVP flooring, I don't know why it would do that. It might be rolled out flooring, so you'd want to check on that. That's odd to put your refrigerator in the corner in a brand new kitchen. Was that a second refrigerator or is that the only refrigerator? That's weird. Okay. Now remember, we're at 94.9. So yeah, the kit, maybe it's just sitting there for some reason, but I think you should push that refrigerator back in the corner there because really it seems to be the only place to put it. So why do you have it out in the middle of the room like that? That's ridiculous. Now see there, you can see that on that floor there, how it looks like it could just be shadowing or something, but I think you need to check this flooring. But of course you'll have all your inspections for your plumbing, electrical, wire, all the wiring, make sure it's good, the plumbing, all that stuff. Check out your roof, your foundations. These are older homes, so you have to check all that because just because this looks really nice and shiny, it could be a paint job, you know what I mean? So you need to look at everything. Now here I don't think they've redone any flooring. It's just been stained or something. That's a bedroom. This is probably a bedroom upstairs or a small room for whatever you need it for. Now here's the same room and it's been staged with AI. You need to know this is AI, so it did, freshen up that room. Here's the actual room right here, with the floor and the ceiling and all that stuff. And here's the room with some fake furniture in it, if that's a thrill for you. I don't know why agents think that's a thrill for anyone. People just want to see it as it is and know what they're getting into. So this room is nice. I don't generally like these type colors of green. Like it reminds me of a celery green from the 70s, but I actually don't mind it in here at all. It's quite pretty. So I'd probably leave that. It's just a bedroom. Here's another bedroom, another small bedroom upstairs. Now remember, this house is only 916 square feet and it's 2 stories and a basement. So they're not counting square feet somewhere, it looks like, because I mean it seems like a lot of space, right? There's an entrance to the attic, so you have to go through that hole to get in the attic, I guess. This would be a bedroom upstairs off the stairway. Here's the only bathroom in the house. Right here, it looks like it's been updated. You'll need to check all that stuff out. I wonder why they didn't do the doorknob if they're painting everything else. Okay, so here's another close-up in the bathroom. So, um, I don't know if, they redid the tile or if they just, it looks like it might be tile that's been painted. So if that's something that bothers you, you might want to check that out. It looks like somebody needs to do some serious caulking right here or you're going to have some mildew and mold issues. Sometimes white paint just doesn't get rid of everything. And here we are in the backyard. It's fenced in, but that fence looks a little bit rickety. So you might have to work on that at some point. It's got a nice clear backyard, so there's plenty of room to do whatever you need to back there. I don't know if there's a street back there with an entrance, but probably not. I didn't see one in the above ground picture. No, it looks like it's someone's yard. And they're getting a new fence next door. Maybe you could just borrow their fence. Okay, and there's your street view. And it is surrounded by, apparently it's surrounded by a chain link fence. I don't know if that's a bad or a good thing. It's in Rochester. There's going to be a lot of snow. So you have to deal with the snow in the winter. Okay, so here we are. And isn't it funny that they took the picture and got rid of the fence? They even took it out right here because that fence was there. Look, you can barely see it in the front. They didn't get rid of it all right there. So you can barely see the fence, but it's still all the way across this photograph. That's a bit shady. Do you think people don't like chain link fence? Okay, so that's this one. And let's see what the taxes are. It came on the market in July 6th for 99. Now it's already down to 94. Mm-hmm. Try 85. You could probably get it. Let's see what the taxes are. They have no property taxes listed. The last time property taxes were listed was 2017. I don't know if that means no one's paid property taxes all these years, and if it does, you could really get stuck with a bill. So I would call the county collector for taxes and find out what's going on there. I sure would, really quick. Probably the first thing I did would be ask about those taxes. Gas oven, gas range, gas water heater, that's good. Refrigerator, laundry in the basement. We did not see the basement. There were no pictures of that. So if you're going to tell us it's there, show us it's there. No garage, no driveway, so you're not going to have any on your property parking. You're going to have to, I guess, park in the street. So that would bother a lot of people, I think. It's fully fenced with a chain link fence. They should tell you that. That's the lot size. Okay. Let's look at our street view. So we don't know what the taxes are unless we go to the county website and look them up. Because they didn't want you here. Apparently someone's renovating the house next door. That's always a good sign. Excuse me. So you have a little sidewalk in front. That's nice. This is an older picture of the house. It's been worked on quite a bit since then, I would imagine. But here's your basic neighborhood. All the houses look sort of similar. Seems to be a beautiful tree-lined street. Okay, now imagine it with 3 feet of snow in the winter, because you are way up there in New York. It's beautiful though. It's very green and beautiful in the spring and summer. So here we are on this street. You can see it's basically just residential. It all looks residential here. The house next door, see, it has little windows in there. That's a really cute touch. You could do something like that. Because that one's built in too, but this one hasn't been. They did take the awning off, so that's cool. Okay. So I'll show you where Rochester is on the map in case you don't know. Okay, right here is Lake Ontario. So right over here is Canada. So you're right here, and it gets very cold, and there will be a lot of snow probably. Syracuse is over here. Buffalo, New York is over here. Niagara Falls is over here, so you could twirl over to Niagara Falls. That would be fun. And then, of course, if you want to go to New York City, you're going to have to go way down here all the way across the state. Okay, so that's where we are with that house. Now let's look at our second house in Rochester. This one is also 94.9 at 12 Judson Terrace. It's on the same street actually as that one, and it's the same price, 94.9. It's 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and it has a little bit more square feet, 930. Okay, it says opportunity knocks for investors looking to add a tenant occupied. So there's a tenant in this house, which could be a problem if you were buying it for yourself and you wanted to live in it, or it could be a problem if you need to do renovations if somebody's living in it. Obviously there is. It's income producing property in the city of Rochester, but it's already making an income, so that's a plus. You're making money right off the bat if you keep the tenant that's in there. It's just minutes from downtown Rochester, the public market, University of Rochester, Strong Memorial Hospital. You have a hospital, all the interstates, so that's good. It is listed by EXP Realty, Nicole Noon. Not the same as the other house. That was a different listing agent. So let's have a street view right quick. It's on the same street. Now, it's number 12. The other one was 48, so it's a little ways from that one. Now, this one seems to have more space in between the houses. And I don't know if there used to be a house there and it fell down or whatever, but it's not there now, so you have that space. So you actually do have off the street parking here. You could park your car here. And you could make a nice little garden up front. I actually think I prefer this home. It seems like you have more open space. The sidewalks and curbs look newer, and they have a driveway next door as well. And there's lots of kids. There's kids here because you see toys. But it's still all the same type housing, you know? Not far from downtown or the university. So that's young people. That's good. So there's the house there. Let's go back to our listing. I already showed you where Rochester is on the map. No point in being redundant. Okay, so let's look at this house. Now this house is, like I said, 930 square feet. Probably built about the same time, 1920s, something like that. That could be asbestos shingles on that house, so you might want to check that if you want to rip them off. The flowers out front are really pretty, aren't they? This one has the door on the other side, and doesn't have the round shape here. It just has the pillars. And see, this I don't mind having the siding there. It looks like it belongs there. It doesn't look out of place. So that I like. Now here we are in the kitchen. I don't know if these are wood floors or what they are. They look like wood floors. But these over here are probably original and they're probably oak and they're a very different color and that looks odd. So you got to do flooring. The kitchen could be rearranged and renovated, so you need to. I mean, certainly it's workable like it is. If you wanted to renovate while you live there, it looks like a place you could certainly do that. So here's our kitchen. Everything's sort of squished up in this corner. It looks like I don't see a dishwasher. People like dishwashers, even for 94.9. And here, I'm not sure if that's a fish tank or what that is. Or I'm not sure what's going on there, but okay, I shouldn't be looking at that. I should be looking. See, here's the oak flooring, and it's in these rooms as well. They really should have lifted up the drapes, but I guess there was a tenant there, and they didn't. You know, the house is for sale. Bother the tenants. They have to, you know, they want to keep a place to live, so somebody needs to buy it. So you just have to imagine your stuff in here and not the person who lives there if you want to live here. But if you do, you're going to have to get rid of a tenant, so that could be a little troublesome and leave you with guilt. And it looks like they either had, oh no, that's a cat. Oh, I thought they had a baby. Okay, so we have a cat that's in a playpen taking a poop and a bowl of water. Now, why do we have a cat in here? I don't know. Maybe it's somebody that saves or rescues animals lives there. So check for anything like that in the house. Rodents. Here's a bathroom. It only has one bathroom, and I'm not sure you can stand up in it, so that's a little sketchy. Okay. And so, let's see. Let's look at, it's 79 degrees currently in Rochester, New York, and the humidity is 48%. I showed you where it is on the map. Population is 207,282. That was in 2024. Since 2000, the population has decreased by 5%. There's 47% males and 52% females. The median resident age is 34.9 years. Estimated median household income in 2024 was little over 46,000. The median gross rent in 2024 was 1,090. Cost of living is near average. They have quite a few foreclosures. It even goes on to another page. So you could probably even buy one of those for really cheap. Here's one right here that's 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom for 118. Here's one for 160 that looks pretty big. It's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Okay, there's Rochester on the map like I showed you. Right on Lake Ontario. Here's the races in Rochester chart. You can see over here what we have here, 38% white, 31% black, 21% Hispanic, Asians, other races, American Indian. So it seems pretty diverse. Here's our crime rate in Rochester. It goes up to 2025. They had 1,674 auto thefts, but it's a larger city. 59 arsons, almost 4,000 thefts, almost 600 burglaries, 831 assaults, 260 robberies, 51 rapes, and 27 murders. That was in the year 2025. So let's just hope and pray that Rochester had a better year in the year 2026 so far. We still have a few months to go. Okay, let's go down here. There's a lot of hospitals. Here's a whole list of hospitals, different types of hospitals, airports. They have an Amtrak station. Oh, a nuclear plant. How nice. Look at all the colleges, biggest colleges and universities in Rochester. There's a lot of those. Public schools, lots of points of interest. Lots of banks, marital status, 54% never married. Oh, well, maybe they found a partner and they just didn't get married. How about that? Here's the election results for 2024. You can see right here on the screen. 2020, 2016, 2012, 2008, and all the way back to 1996 if that's how far you want to go. And we have all the religions represented. 175 grocery stores. Super centers and club stores. There's 7 of those. There's 70 gas stations. 170 convenience stores. There's lots of things. If you need anything there, you'll find it. Everything you need will be there in Rochester. There's the budget for the town right here. So let's just go back for a second and see what it says about the schools. Okay, this tells a good story for you. The Montessori School Academy gets a 4 out of 10. Now that's a little sad because Montessori schools usually really do well. Look at the test score, 2 out of 10. That's horrible. 5 out of 10, horrible. 2 out of 10 for the Inquiry School, whatever that is. PK through 12, PK through 6, pre-K, and this is 9 through 12, and it gets a 4 out of 10 for the Rochester Early College. Their test scorings are horrible. I don't know what's going on there with the teachers or the parents or everyone, or it's really failing the children, though. I do see that. So it's very walkable, 76 out of 100. 43 out of 100. Some transit there because it is a larger city. 57 out of 100 for bike. Well, you can ride anywhere on a bicycle, no matter where you live. That's what I always tell you. It's in a minimal risk flood area. And that's the same as the other house as well because they were both on the same street. So those are the two houses for this episode. And make sure you like and subscribe and comment and let me know if you look at any of these homes or if you buy them or you renovate them and show us the pictures and let us know what you're doing. We've spoken to some people already who were interested in some and then they decided that it wasn't right for them, and certainly you could understand that. I mean, because sometimes, like I say, there's a lot more than meets the eye. So if I'm showing you things you might not see, then that's very helpful, I hope. And so with that said, please do all the things and make the algorithm love us. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again on another episode of Let's Get Real with Real Estate.